Howdy folks, my name is Lancel90 and welcome back to Let's Play Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, version .E. Alright. Been quite some time since I've played, even longer than last time. This time it's actually time to do a whole 7 episodes rather than just doing a one-off there. So, I don't remember what we were doing. So we put a note here, because this is just the little building that we're thinking about living in, but we're living in the cabin now. Oh, I think I was taking the guns and ammo and we were going to go storm the farm? I don't know why I wanted to do that, though. I don't think we really need to do that. I don't think that's an effective use of our time. Let's see, have we found fungaloids in this game, or is that the last one? Yeah, there's fungaloids up here. I was just thinking it'd be nice to go take our bow and kill fungaloids to get some bow training done. Otherwise, what we actually need to do is we need to head into one of these towns. I don't know why there's a giant gap in our vision here. You see this in the corner? I don't know what's up with that. Windows, for some reason, all of a sudden it's really upset about Cataclysm. It keeps thinking that it's some kind of virus or Trojan, and it keeps quarantining it. So, it's possible that we've lost some file integrity from Windows messing around with it. Away from those riot control platforms, too. Okay. We did bring the bow. Because our next priority should be getting a shopping cart. I don't know what our chances are in this town. This town is so huge that I think it's basically off limits to us. Like, small towns, you can clear them out. Like this, we'd never clear out. We'd be fighting zombies for literally forever, I think. Like, even though we have a bunch of guns, the guns are, like, actually awful for that situation because it would just draw every single zombie in the town, and there's going to be millions of them in there. Bulldogs, I don't know if they'll attack us or not. Cattle dog. I don't think we have any dog food yet. Possibly have dog food, but I don't think we have a Kevlar vest or anything, Kevlar dog vest. Another little desolate barn out here. Probably doesn't have a roof either, though. And we possibly have to swim. We wanted to try this. So we may have to go to the gigantic town because it sort of seems like this town is also off limits to us. It's down here. Good source of fish, though. This is basically the closest point between them. It's a long way. I think they've changed, like, how the water works. Because I don't think normally it would be this far to get to the other side. Like, that is incredibly far away. You go off in a diagonal from this point, you could get there in the shortest distance, I think. I don't think we could swim that, though. I think that's too far. The reason I say it seems strange is on the map, these points are touching. So literally, there should be shallow water corner to corner that we could just cross without running into any trouble. But they've done something with the shoreline. So now Trying to take a look here at this ground to see how it might be working. Okay, yeah. So we're pretty close to the shoreline right here. But according to the map, we're in the plains still. Which means that this corner piece up here really isn't the shoreline. Like, we're still in the plains piece here. It's not until you touch the water that you're in the shoreline. So, yeah. These riverside tiles are actually like, you're in the water if you're on these. You're not on the shoreline. So normally each tile is 20 paces of the this tile map long, which is why I set my safe mode to 20 tiles. It's a kind of a good round number for us. So you'd expect, well, this is 20 tiles of deep waters across. Well, no, because both of these are entirely water, so this is actually like 40 tiles of water to cross. And that's the shorter part. Everything else is like an obscene amount of tiles to cross. By obscene, I mean like 80. But still, more than we can swim. Well, I guess that means we do gotta go up this way then. I don't know how we're gonna find a shopping cart though. Might end up just having to... There's a trailhead. Apple orchard. Don't like this. A random dead person. They definitely changed the kind of spawns you can run into. It used to be you'd only run into like the scientist group of bodies spawn and the military group of bodies spawn, and nothing else in between really. But now there's just like dead corpses randomly out there. So, I suppose we'll go in through here and then head over to these buildings here. Hopefully we'll see a station thing. Let's look at our skills really quick. We actually haven't done much fighting yet. Are we in our full armor? Yes. It's not going to last long, but yes. Also, we don't have a face mask. Didn't we find a face mask? Or at least had an empty plastic bottle so we can make one now? Try here. It's like actually going to be important. We've got our lighter. Yes, quarterstaff. Okay. Alright. Last time I got in a fight in this game, it was impossible because they made it so much more difficult. Hopefully we can soften them up with arrows before they get to us, lead them into a burning fire, and then beat them up while they're stuck in the fire. Basically, I pull out all the cards of our knowledge of how to play the game here to beat them. What's this? Just wood ash, probably? Bird litter. You? Right, made it across. What was the B here? Desolate barn, yeah. Alright. We do have, like, actual good armor this time. Compared to the last time we died. Still. Prefer to avoid it if we could. Newspaper page, leave it to the experts. General, do not attempt to deal with people acting violent or unusual yourself. If you see someone dangerous, report it to the nearest military or police blockade for assistance. Even guns are to be avoided. Loud gunfire may attract more rioters than you have ammo. Again, the game is like more relevant than it's ever been right now, which is kind of scary. Alright, alright. hate these like dog spawns that we sometimes run into. Like a few regular zombies are not a problem, but huge numbers of zombie dogs, that can be overwhelming extremely quickly. This animal might be pulling stuff towards us here. Using the mini-map to try to figure out where things are. I feel bad for those foxes, they're gonna get eaten. Normally I try to save them, but we're not far enough in here to have good enough equipment to go save these foxes. Feel terrible for them, they're just stuck there. Oh, some animals are getting out. Okay, now we're in trouble. Zombies are getting pulled out by these animals. Crap, man. Yeah, that's a big problem here, is they're getting grouped up into big piles. We can't do anything about that. We can only kill the zombies one by one. At this point in the game, we have a gun, but it's not going to be enough to gun them all down. Not without any training in it. Alright. Hopefully we can get some of the basics here. Ideally some books. I have to rethink my... I have to reorient my thinking here, because in our last game we ended up having so much leather that I didn't have to look for leather anymore. Now, though, we really gotta look at it. We found an actual crowbar, right? Yeah, that's gonna be huge, because last time we were playing, everything was locked, and it, like, totally screwed us over. The makeshift crowbar wasn't enough anymore. In fact, it's almost useless now. I don't know why we'd even use the makeshift crowbar. Quarterstaff's a better weapon. Taking that leather kilt, though. Might even put on these work gloves. Well, we have tactical gloves, right? Yeah. We'll keep them, though, because we may use them in the future. I think there's a recipe, at least, that needs them, too. I don't think we're going to do the collecting fancy stuff this time. It's fun, but now there's so much of it that it's not really. It used to be kind of a fun measure of, like, how well you were doing. But now it's like, doesn't matter. Really? The good crowbar is not going to pop it open either. Flops. Car buyer's guide. I guess basic driving training or mechanics. We can grab a rain hood. I think there's some recipes that need it. Multivitamins, we should probably just go ahead and take those right away. I guess we'll take them at the table just in case it gives us the penalty for eating. SD cards, it might take money bundles. I think we can still use them in trading. So I like to close the windows on any building I go through, just so we know which ones we've hit and which ones we haven't. Dog food. We're gonna need all these colander. All these glass jars and stuff. It's funny, with these royalty-free musics, I keep hearing songs that I've heard in various, like, horror games. Like, fan-made horror games and stuff. Like, I think this is the one for the... SCP-86B? The one that's the infinite staircase. Gallon jugs are great, but we'll have to carry them home, which is kind of annoying. Let's see. Do we have a pot at home? I can't remember. I don't know if we want either of these, though. These kind of seem... Guess we'll grab the teapot just to make sure we have something. Wow. We're actually overweight and not over encumbered. That's not very common. I guess we have the duffel bag. And duffel bag's actually like... The duffel bag is really good. I'm not really sure why it's so good. Like, I know they're pretty big in real life, but... It's like better than like the military backpack is what confuses me. Now, I think our encumbrance is crazy right now. Yeah. Maybe that's it, but the military backpack gets really heavy too once it's full of stuff. Yeah, take a drink here. I should just leave that uncapped. I just want to unload these gallon jugs if I could find them. Way down here in chemical stuff. There's uses for them, but I don't need the weight bothering me now. I don't know if I want to go downstairs with me. Well, we can drop the backpack. We figured that out last game. It'll drop with all the stuff in it. Pretty useful if you have to get in a fight. Dust mask. What are we wearing over our face right now? We have a dust mask. Okay. I haven't seen this basement before. It's kind of weirding me out a little bit. It's like extremely empty in here. Which I know you're thinking like, well, most basements are pretty empty. And like, no, this is strange. In this game, the basements are weirdly like way overstocked. Really, I can't pick up the duct tape. Oh, well, we don't have our backpack, so. Only thing I wish was different is I wish we could say where the duffel bag. And then we'd have all the stuff back, but we don't. We gotta pick this all up again. I guess we can do it this way, huh? Which burns a bunch of time. It's just weird because it doesn't burn time like that to drop it with all the stuff in it. It's like after it's on the ground, everything falls out. But I don't know exactly how they would fix that in coding. It seems like that'd be kind of difficult to do. But that said, they've also said before that the game would never have a tile set. Oh, come on. Recording software, your encoding isn't overloaded. You're just lying to me. I don't think I can change it on the fly. It's just one of these things I'm trying to figure out. I should be recording my software, or recording my games with my CPU. But I just saw something move around in there. Might have just been my cursor. Because I have a super good CPU at the Ryzen 3800X. It only says it's at 30% recording. 30% use right now through the recording. And I don't think this game is using very much of it either itself. But it says it's dropping frames. I can increase the quality, but because that might save the, they'll basically increase the bitrate. But that will make the file size bigger, which makes the episodes will take longer to upload. And the longer they take to upload, the more likely YouTube's gonna say, I don't feel like uploading these anymore, I'm just gonna stop uploading. I don't know why it does that, but it does. They'll just be like, I'm done. I'll have a video stuck at like 13% recorded. Or 13% uploaded. Alright. Let's see, move stuff around. This is our food pile. All the food off. This is why we need a shopping cart, so we can take more stuff home. Although, because we have to go through a forest to get there and back, it's actually not going to be nearly as possible as it normally is. Alright, books. There, medicine will go there. Keep the multivitamins on me this time. I'll need this much aspirin on me, though. Jugs, glass jars. Have to remember what all these piles were again. There's our raw materials pile here. Usually put the detergent. Soap. Into the medicine pile. Newspaper pages and money bundles I'll leave over there. Personal pile will take the SD cards and the work gloves. Leather kilt, though, is going to go here for getting cut up. Tongs and teapot will go in our tool thing. I don't think we need to carry around this many rounds and stuff. That's just going to slow us down even more. Wish we could build a quiver. Can, okay. Large quiver gets strapped to the torso. We don't want it. Probably just do the birch bark quiver because I don't think we're going to use the birch bark for anything. There we go. Now we should make another set of arrows. And we'll drop off our extra arrows. Or wait, there might just be on here, yeah. Alright. Back to the lab again. But yeah, we have this giant forest between us and the town, so we wouldn't really be able to take the shopping cart through it anyway. We'd have to clear a path. It'd be quite the task. Of course, we can do it down here where we don't have to go as far, but it'll still be a bit of a mess. But yeah, anyway, that's what I was saying. If I recorded the game on the GPU, which is also a good GPU, and I suppose for Cataclysm, I guess it'd be fine to do it on there, because it's not really going to use the GPU. It probably is using the processor a fair bit. So maybe that's just what I should do. But the problem is with the GPU recording, it does get rid of that problem with the bitrate falling out. Even if I don't actually increase the bitrate for some reason. I don't know why. But the file size gets bigger. Thinking that's maybe what we'll do is we'll record this game with the GPU because it's not using the GPU. And then we'll record the more detailed visually games that are going to use the GPU mostly with the CPU. But that's just my guess. Cleaning out more is going to be a problem here because there's just a giant pile of zombies here and a giant pile of zombies here, which kind of messes up all of our plans. Also, this one doesn't have eyeballs, so he can't even come aggro us. That's too many zombies, dude. It's absurd. Mostly dogs, and dogs aren't that strong. They're hard to hit, though. Just gotta totally avoid that. So it's getting to the point where they're blocking off like every path into town. Here we go. These guys haven't gotten all clumped up, so we might have a chance. Let's see. There's some stronger zombies over here, though. Just trying to remember what we can light on fire and what we can't. I can't remember if we can light tall grass on fire. Also, there's another orchard down here. And the bees. Not the bees! That is one thing we could do, is we could lure these bees and zombies to fight each other. Honestly, not a terrible idea, but it is a little risky. I cannot light the tall grass. I think we can light these bushes. It's chamomile, but they're not actually bushes. They're just a plant, so their movement cost is still 100, whereas the tall grass is 150. I don't know if it's worth more for us to get them caught on fire, or if it's more worth it to get them stuck where they can't move as fast. I'd say generally, you prefer them to not move as fast. We could especially get them on the boulder and make them get stuck there. That'd be great. That's a little hard to do because they bounce back and forth now, so. Here he comes. Might only be able to get one arrow or two off here. We have to draw our weapon. Probably wield the quarterstaff and drop that. Didn't quite drop it quick enough because he's got close enough to grab me, but... Got him. You might also want to think about using a spear. Gives us a reach of 1, so you can just constantly back up to fight. I never actually had to do that in this game. I've been able to get by with using crowbars and quarterstaves and things, but if they are stronger now, sure everything's reloaded and stuff. These basic arrows don't really last that long. Alright, zombies one at a time. And don't get pulled up into a bunch over there somehow. Come on, zombies, I don't want to get closer. But we're all out of time for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, remember to like button, keep the conversation going in the comments, and subscribe if you want to see more. Until next time, I hope you have a good day.